With that, Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm elated to introduce Dr. Salah Kalafawi, who is our new superintendent of schools. We have had conversations, and Dr. Kalafawi is able to come and join us as early as the 26th of the month, actually 29th of the month, to be able to start some transition. And he is up for the challenge. And he's coming into a wonderful school system. So I introduce you all to Dr. Kalafawi.
Thank you all. I'm delighted. I'm looking forward to start on the 29th, and I look forward to working with all of you and working with the community, and I'm really happy, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. I think we have very good people that I've met already, several of them, and I'm sure I'll be meeting a lot of other good people again, and I look forward to the challenge. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate you joining us for this meeting, knowing that we will, on a summer schedule, we won't be meeting again until after you start. So with that, Madam Superintendent, we have an introduction of Matthew McLean, Pawtucket Memorial School Principal, and Teresa Suarez Pena, Butler Middle School Principal. Madam Superintendent?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Following the tradition we've had in Lowell, we introduce our principals on the floor of the school committee. So I am very excited to have been able to appoint two very, very prepared and experienced principals to our schools. And so first, I'm going to have you meet, I think you might have already met him because he's been an assistant principal at the Bartlett community, Dr. Matthew McLean. So Dr. McLean.
Thank you. Thank you.
Matt will be the new principal at the Pawtucket Memorial School.
Thank you.
You have a few words, Doctor? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I've been at the Bartlett for 4 years, which is a tremendous school, and I've, some of the teachers are here tonight, and it's definitely leaving that school with a heavy heart. But I'm really excited about the new challenge, and I've heard equally amazing things about Pawtucketville, so I really look forward to meeting the kids and the teachers, and can't wait to get started. Thank you.
Do we have Teresa Suarez Pena here?
Yes. I want to introduce you all to Ms. Teresa Suarez Pena. She is from Boston Public Schools, and she has a great deal of experience working in Dorchester and having a great deal of experience in urban settings and a lot more before that. We welcome you to Lowell. You will love it here. As I said to Teresa, she did two favorite things when I was trying to offer her the job. She told me I had to call back because she had a meeting with a parent, and she had to do recess duty. So those were 25 points extra for me. Not all superintendents would take it that way, but if you have kids and parents before this big audience kind of call, I love that. So Teresa, welcome to Lowell. You will love it here. You will love our leaders. You will love our children. Welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you. I want to thank you for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to meeting the staff and the students tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to being in Lowell, so thank you, and I'll see you all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The next item on the agenda, we have a spotlight on excellence for the Lowell Public School retirees. We just had a gathering, reception in the mayor's reception room, honoring and recognizing those individuals for the years of service and the positions that they've held. So again, we thank you. With that, Madam Superintendent, before we call the roll. Anything to add, or should I just proceed? Okay.
No, I know that my fellow retirees have the same feeling in their hearts. It has been an honor to have worked in this school system, and all we ever wanted to do is make it a better system. And I think collectively, if you counted up the years, it would be an amazing roll call of service. So on behalf of all of us retiring this evening, we really want to thank you for having us had the honor to have been teachers and administrators in any role here in Lowell, Massachusetts, because this is a wonderful city and we have been blessed. Thank you.
So with that, we have a number of teachers or retirees now that are with us. So if you could kindly stand as I call your name, I think that would be nice. From Lowell High School, we have Carol Allen, a teacher. Amy Bissant, Lincoln. Right, Amy? Shout out. Amy Bissant from Lincoln Elementary School. Roland Bouchard from the Laura Lee School, custodian. Gary Buckley, Lowell High School, teacher. Joseph Camara, Pawtuckaville Memorial School, teacher. William Craig, Lowell High School, teacher. June Daly, Washington Elementary School, staff worker. Andre Dakota, Lowell High School, teacher. Catherine Dillon, Pine Arts Magnet School, guidance counselor. Karen Drew, Sullivan Middle School, teacher. James Elias, Butler Middle School, teacher. Sharon Fennelly, Lincoln Elementary School, assistant principal. Denise Finn, Shaughnessy Elementary School, teacher. Richard Jeffroy, Robinson Middle School, custodian. Martha Grady Costa, Butler Middle School, teacher. Alexandra Graham, Pine Arts Magnet School, teacher. Peter Guger, Peter Guger, Robinson Middle School, teacher. Khalida Hakam, Lowell High School, teacher. Alice Harrington, cafe worker. Catherine Hart, McAuliffe Elementary School, teacher. Janine Hodal, Robinson Middle School, teacher. Deborah Johnson, Butler Middle School, teacher. Susan Lamontagne, Butler Middle School, teacher. Susan Lindquist, Washington Elementary School, teacher. Margaret Lyons, Green Elms Elementary School, paraprofessional. Marilyn McCarthy Finero, Shaughnessy Elementary School, social worker. Kelly McClory, Daly Middle School, custodian. Irene McAvoy, Pine Arts Magnet School, teacher. Lois McLaughlin, Lowell High School Career Academy teacher. Miriam Morgenstern, Lowell High School teacher. I got it right this time. Francis Murphy, Stocklosa Middle School, paraprofessional. Elaine Nugent, Adult Education Center, teacher. Denise Pearl, Lowell High School, a clerk. Kevin Parrington, Daly Middle School, custodian. Mary Pine, Lowell High School, teacher. Dermot Reardon, Lowell High School, teacher. Linda Sample, Lincoln Elementary School, teacher. Maria Santos, Lowell High School, cafe worker. Diane Sheehan, McAvenue Elementary School, paraprofessional. David Siegel, Lowell High School, teacher. Sandra Simano, Central Office, clerk. Ed Sloan, Robinson Middle School, teacher. Donna Souza, Daly Middle School, paraprofessional. Nancy Splain, Central Office, clerk. Linda Sutton, Riley Elementary School, teacher. Kim Tron, Riley Elementary School, paraprofessional. Cynthia Ung, Shaughnessy Elementary School, teacher. Edna Unger, Maury Elementary School, teacher. Eugene Verscore. Sure. Sullivan Middle School, teacher. Thank you. Nancy Vieira, Maury Elementary School, school clerk. Margaret Walker, Daly Middle School, teacher. Dominique Warren, Lowell High School, teacher. Paul Ware, Lowell High School, teacher. Roberta Winward, teacher. We didn't forget you, Gail Feeney. Gail Feeney, Wang School principal. Elise Connaughton, Butler Middle School principal. We saved the best for last, retiring Superintendent Jean Franco. Thank you to each and every one for all that you do, all that you did, and we know that you will continue to do on behalf of the city. Madam Superintendent, how does it feel?
Well, Mayor, this is my 313th meeting, and I'm feeling pretty good.
That's great, because it's 5 pages long. We're going to see how that goes in about 3 hours. Well, thank you again. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, we have a spotlight in excellence. Again, we have Green Team Prize winners from the Bartlett School teacher, Joanne Downing, Daly School teacher, Michael Bork. Madam Superintendent.
We've had an extraordinary month for celebration and good deeds and honors to our system. And so I'd like to have you meet Joanne Dowling, who is the teacher at the Bartlett Community Partnership School, who is in charge of the Green Team. And so that is the teacher who, with her own talent, has recycling going on for a good long time. And so you being recognized as a state award is awesome, but I know you do it just because of your love for having community service and dedication to your children. So thank you, Joanne, for being here, and thank you for this honor to the city of Lowell.
Thank you. If I could just say, it really is just about teaching the kids that this is what we do. We recycle, and you train them, and they do it. So that's it. It's what we need to do. So
All right.
Thank you.
We like that. Okay, moving on. We all set, Madam Superintendent, on that item?
I just want to introduce our winner category is a teacher from the Daily School, Michael Bork. Michael is a teacher who works with the Children in the Life Skills Program, and they support the Green Team for the entire building. So Michael's work with these children has really been extraordinary, and we have Mr. Skinner here, principal of the Daily School, just to say a few words. Thank you, Mr. Skinner.
Thank you. Mr. Bork couldn't make it tonight, but I wanted you to know about him. He's a really wonderful teacher of our life skills students. So those students are very challenged, and yet he makes good of everything he touches. He does great service for our school running the Green Team. He does great service for our environment by running the Green Team, and he uses it as well as a vocational opportunity for his students. So all around great guy, and we're very fortunate to have him at the Daily School. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Skinner. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, we have another spotlight on excellence, Robinson School Nurse. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, these are the next two spotlights are people who have done extraordinary things that has really been lifesavers. The nurse at the Robinson School, just a month ago, there was a incident outside that happened with a bus driver, and that was on their way to bring kids home, and the nurse responded as quickly as possible with an EpiPen and saved the day. And so when extraordinary things happen, we beat the ambulance, which was phenomenal. I wanted to introduce you to our nurse who is here this evening, Tammy Hayhurst. She is the school nurse at the Robinson Middle School, and she does what she's trained to do, save lives. So thank you, Tammy.
I just want to say thank you. I'm very honored to be recognized, and I'm honored for the sake of these wonderful group of nurses. The city is very blessed to have such a phenomenal group of nurses in the school, looking out for the students, the staff, visitors, bus drivers, whatever it needs, and it's the community. And these girls do a great job, and I'm humbled to be honored and recognized, but we all do it, and we're doing our job, and they would have all done the same thing, so I want to thank them too. And thank you very much.
So Tammy, these are your colleagues in government. They've come to support you. Can you stand up? We're going to have that camera zoom on you. Colleagues everywhere, thank you so much. Anything further on that?
One more, Mr. Mayor. It's my last meeting. I'm sorry, we're having a fiesta, but there's a lot to celebrate. Recently, I received an email, regular day at work, from Assistant Principal Greg Passeri, who told me that during lunch, the head custodian, Dennis Ferreira, stepped in and went into delivering the Heimlich maneuver and really stopped a child from choking, and it was pretty serious. And so every day, people do extraordinary things all around us, and so when I got this message, I said we should really bring this to the forefront. So I'm going to introduce Principal Gail Feeney, who can talk a little bit about Dennis. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not here to talk about Dennis. Actually, Mr. Passeri, who sent you that email and was witness to the situation, is going to talk about that. I do want to say, however, that in my time as an administrator, as a teacher, I have never been more honored than to be working with Dennis Ferreira, who has been an integral part of the community at the Wang School and continues to be. And this is just one example of why. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess with your retirement, you're still putting me on the spot until the end. But thank you, Mr. Mayor, Superintendent Franco, school committee, everybody here. we're very lucky to have an excellent staff at Wang Middle School, and what sets us apart, I like to think, is the support staff. We have Mr. Sheehan, our other custodian, who's here tonight to support Dennis. But in my career as a teacher and administrator, I can echo Principal Feeney's comments. I've never seen anything like that. I was in the cafeteria, and I heard my name being called, and I turned around, and I've never seen someone choking to the extent where they can't actually have air come out. The child, a 6th grade student, can't make a sound. Now, to make it a little more personal for Dennis, this is a boy that Dennis has taken under his wing, like he does so many students, like both of them do. They're really more than just custodians. They do so many things. They're really valued members of our community. If you had to identify the #1 role model of children, I can tell you a lot more people would say Dennis than they would say one of us probably. So I was in the cafeteria, and I would not have got there in time. So I started radioing Nurse Pat, who's somewhere here tonight, and the boy was just going like this. And Dennis, all I did is I mean, both of us hadn't had the Heimlich training in quite some time, but he had his hands secured right under the ribs, and I think it was 3 thrusts, and he kept the boy calm, and the boy was able to clear everything, and I think something catastrophic would have happened if it wasn't Dennis doing what he does every day, acting with a plan and with everyone's best intentions. So we are very honored to have Dennis Ferreira as an employee and a mentor to kids and a friend to children. So thank you, Dennis.
Thank you very much. Obviously, as everyone else has said, what I did, anyone else at my school would have done the same thing. Same with the 107 people that I was just walking around the circle with. Also, Daniel's a really good kid. He couldn't be here tonight because he's in the playoffs in his baseball game, and for him, at 13 years old, that's probably more important than coming to a meeting. Other than that, I don't want to grandstand too much, but I'd give it all up for a few more working air conditioners at my school. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That concludes the special orders of business. We'll move on to the minutes. We have approval of minutes of the regularly scheduled school committee meeting of Wednesday, May 20th. Motion to accept and place on file by Mr. Conway, seconded by Mr. Gendron. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. We also have approval of minutes of the FY 2016 budget hearing on Thursday, May 28th. Motion to accept and place on file by Mr. Leary, seconded by Ms. Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, those minutes are accepted and placed on file. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, we have permission to enter June 17th. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This evening is our annual permission to enter in many of the special education areas. So these are all they're funded by the school department budget special education tuition account. First one is to Justice Resource Institute Incorporated in the amount of $42,279 to amend the existing contract to provide to out-of-district costs for 5 students plus 1 additional student receiving services in their IEP. To the Home for Little Wanderers Incorporated in the amount of $5,183 to amend the existing contract to provide for a rate increase.
Madam Superintendent, in the interest of it being your last meeting, and there are 10 pages of permission to enter, I will entertain a motion by Ms. Ross Sigurd, seconded by Mr. Conway, to take these all together. But before that, are there questions on this? Ms. Martin.
If I could, Mr. Mayor, I believe there are CTI, community teamwork items. Could we take those separately?
Okay?
But I applaud the notion of, of collapsing these into one. Okay.
Second to last page, there is one. There's only one, but it's for $1 million, so we will motion to take all of these together with the exception of, is it NRT bus? NRT? Oh, it's the second to last page? Okay, we'll take all of those except for CTI. Oh, it is. Okay, motion to take CTI Incorporated separately by Ms. Russ, okay, motion by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Gendron to separate community teamwork from the rest of the items included on these 10 pages. All those in favor signify by saying aye. In the opposed, motion carries. Motion to accept all items except for the CTI appropriate contract by Mr. Conway, seconded by Mr. Gendron. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Excuse me, this requires a roll call. Roll call.
Ms. Scott? Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Rosikowicz?
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
Okay, motion to accept the appropriation of $1.372277 for community teamwork to plan, design, and implement a high-quality full-day preschool program to serve at least 154 4-year-olds based on income eligibility and other at-risk factors. Motion by Mr. Leary to approve, seconded by Mr. Conway. Roll call.
Ms. Scott? Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Ms. Rosikowicz? 4 yeas, 3 absent, approved.
Mr. Lang just reminded me, I guess I'm on a few too many boards. I'm actually on the board of, I'm a board member of CTI, so I'd ask the clerk, I have to abstain from that vote. But the three will still remain. I think we need 4. Mr. Chair,
Make a motion that we refer this to the next meeting.
I believe it's an appropriation, so it requires majority of the committee, not majority of the quorum. Superintendent's not, solicitor's not here. I believe it does require 4 votes.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we delay this? Motion to delay this till the next meeting by Mr. Gendron,
Yes.
seconded by Mr. Leary. All those in favor signify by saying aye. In the opposed, that motion passes. Just refer it to the next meeting. Okay, moving on to the next item, we have, under permission to enter, ratification of MOU for the superintendent of schools. Madam Superintendent? I think the motion speaks for itself, or is there anything to add? I don't think there's anything to add. Okay, motion to approve by Mr. Conway, seconded by Ms. Rosikowicz. Questions, Mr. Gendron?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I think I have already signed and will vote in favor of this agreement. I think it's important that we as a committee, as we have this transition of leadership to Dr. Kalfawi, show unanimous support for the new superintendent in his efforts. I think that I thought after his interview that Dr. Kalfawi was a very capable and a man of taking on this job, and since then have met with him personally and spent about an hour with him talking about his goals and my goals for the school district going forward. And I feel even more confident now that he is capable of that, and look forward to working with Dr. Kalfawi in the years to come. However, I did feel, for the record, I wanted to make a couple of points. I have some concerns about this MOU that I wanted to discuss here on the floor. The first is that this memorandum of understanding does not have any term associated with it. I prefer a traditional contract that has a term with it. I think without a term, with a term, I think that it forces a regular evaluation of the superintendent and the situation, and I think that's important as we go forward with our chief executive. This MOU is essentially a perpetual contract. It has indefinite term. The only way this MOU can be broken is if one of the parties decides they want to separate. So I think I prefer having the term because I think it does force that regular evaluation and regular decision as to whether it's something that should continue, whether it's something that should change or not. The second thing is the notice associated with this MOU. I believe that the way it's structured right now, if we decide we want to separate with the superintendent, we have to provide anywhere between 7 and 19 months' notice to the superintendent. If it's on December 1st, then he gets 7 months' notice to the end of the school year to move on. If it's on December 2nd, it's 19 months' notice to the end of the following year. Now, obviously, these are conditions we hope that we'll never have to deal with. We hope that everything goes well. Dr. Kalfawi works here until he wants to retire, and everything's fine. However, contracts are put in place to deal with the outliers, to deal with the exceptional cases. The other side of the notice is that the superintendent doesn't have to give us any notice at all for his decision to depart the city. He could leave tomorrow if he wanted to. Now, again, we don't expect that will ever happen, but contracts are put in place to deal with exceptional cases. In my work, I negotiate and handle software contracts, business contracts on a daily basis. And those contracts have 95% of the terms and conditions in those contracts are never exercised. They're there to protect the exceptional conditions, to protect both parties in the agreement. So I feel like this notice is something that should be addressed, and I feel as though it's too nebulous right now. It doesn't really have a definition. And the final thing is the perception of the MOU. I feel as though we're the only city in the Commonwealth, the only community in the Commonwealth right now that doesn't use a traditional contract. And I don't think that's a good thing. I mean, some people might think that's a good thing, but I feel as though that the perception of that is that Lowell's unwilling to do a contract. And I think that if we want to attract the best professionals to executive positions here in Lowell, that we ought to be willing to do that. So that's a perception that I feel is not one that we want to necessarily transmit to educational professionals around the state. So, the lack of a term, the lack of notice that really works in our favor, and the perception of the MOU, I think, are things that concern me about the document. That said, I know that there's support on the school committee for this document. I do have full confidence that things are going to work out fine with Dr. Kalfawi, and I want to be part of the support for him going forward, look forward to working with him, so therefore I am going to support it, but I just wanted to air those concerns publicly. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Further discussion? Ms. Martin, could you take the chair, please?
Chair recognizes Mayor Elliott.
Thank you. I just wanted to provide my comments. I supported no contracts. I support on the city side for our chief executive officers on that side, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Quite frankly, I think this is such a positive step for not only this city, but for other districts across the state. And I think we attracted a great candidate, and Mr. Calfari knew in advance, because we asked him at the interview, his concern about a contract. And I think his response was, a piece of paper should not be the deciding factor on an individual coming to do a good job or not, and I couldn't agree more. Every person, most people go to work every day without a contract. And I think contracts benefit the individual. They don't benefit taxpayers. They don't benefit the city. They benefit, and we've seen it time and time again, which is why I think this is cutting edge. I think it is a positive step forward for the field of education and other superintendents that will come to work every day and prove themselves, and there's not this artificial binding piece of paper that says, I'm going to stay for a certain amount of time one way or the other. I think in this case, it's good I think it is beneficial for both the school district, the committee, and the parents that, the notion that there's going to be this arbitrary or capricious firing is really a misnomer, and it doesn't happen when an individual, I think Dr. Kafari has mentioned in the past, when an individual is ready to move on, they're going to move on. It's going to be a friendly, a friendly agreement where it's time to move on, and both the committee and the individual know. So having a contract, I think, benefits the city. I also think it benefits the superintendent, and he's willing to work without one. I think that says volumes about his confidence and his ability to move this district in a strong direction. So I congratulate you. I'm going to support it. That's why I supported it to begin with, and I think it's a very good thing for this district, and again for this entire city, where we have people coming to work, just like the person that works in public works or in the library or teaches. There's no ironclad agreement providing protections that most people don't have, and I think I really think it's a good thing. I'm encouraged moving forward. Thank you.
If there are no other comments, I'd ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Ms. Scott? Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
Next item on the agenda, we have motions. You should have just stayed up here. You're going to get your exercise tonight. The first motion, actually, the next 3 motions are by myself. So, next 3. So, thank you.
You can't take them with you. You took the agenda. So our first motion by Mayor Rodney Elliott, superintendent to provide a report on the average age of textbooks in Lowell Public Schools. Seconded by Ms. Ross-Sikowicz. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I guess it's really directed toward you, Mr. Superintendent. But, Ms. Franco, Madam Superintendent, I know that we do spend a lot of money on textbooks. I want to say it's about $500,000 a year. Does that sound about right? But I think we lag behind, and I have received reports and concerns, and I've heard them in the past on the age of our school books, some dating back to 1991. So I think moving forward, and maybe this is something that a subcommittee will take a look at, we need to update our books so that they're not 20-plus years old on a regular basis, and just provide some maintenance on replacing those by schools. It just doesn't seem to make any sense to me that we have, textbooks, particularly social study books, where, history and times do change, as well as information. I think it's important for us to, if we need to make an additional investment into textbooks, then that's something that we need to address, moving July 1st, so that money is set aside for books. And if we have to make some, adjustments or cuts elsewhere, then I think it's important that we do that. So I don't know if average age is the appropriate term, but I did want to, I don't want to set a time frame, how many textbooks do we have dating back to such and such a date. I think, the message is that we have some textbooks that need to be replaced sooner rather than later. So, thank you.
Mr. Leary.
Just definitely support the motion. We've kind of done it before as well, and it gives good information. But I guess the dumb question I have is, when do we foresee technology taking over textbooks? I mean, it's almost like, why are we putting money in textbooks when we should be getting technology? Not that books are bad. I don't want to think we're going to do away with books, but at some point we got to know what time frame is that transition. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. That's exactly the point right now. It's going to be a whole district plan, I'm sure, that's going to be evolving about what is going to be, paper textbooks, you're not going to see. All the college books, they're electronic. And so it's dependent upon your infrastructure and where you're going. And so just to know where we stand, and I know, Madam, my Assistant Superintendent Claire Abrams will write just the books that people are supposed to use, because a lot of the stories are the books that people love to use in their classrooms, which are maybe the addition from the past. So that could be part of what you're hearing. But part of this is all going to be a big part of the plan, being what are you going to do? What's going to happen with technology? All the books that actually, the newest version of the things we've been buying are online. And so that's part of it. So it's going to become part of the technology plan, as well as that'll be the new plan that I'm sure that the new superintendent and this team will work on.
Just thank you. I think it's a good motion. I think the leadoff, though, is really the technology is going to overcome it. It already is, like you said, in higher education. That's going to become a cost. Question is, how do we invest that? But I think the dialogue is important before we start off on that path. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Mr. Conway.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I think it's a very interesting motion. I certainly will support it. I think that when you take a look at it, I think you want to find out how does textbooks and technology actually merge, and at what point. I talked to a very highly respected principal that we have mentioned his school on the floor numerous times, and I talked to him last year about it, and we talked about textbooks, and he felt the textbooks were a very important part of education. Certainly technology is important, and that certainly, again, I think it's a matter of merging the two. I think that as far as the motion is concerned, what I'd like to add into that motion is not just the average age, but also how many classrooms without textbooks at this point. Because I know we had a problem with one of the schools that I had a complaint from a parent, and the classroom did not have any textbooks. And I was told that that particular class, that grade level doesn't use them. And that's what made me go around to some other schools and find out that in other schools they did have textbooks for that grade. So once again, I think there needs to be a consistency that takes place. I think also it's important that we do get the average age, but also I think how many classrooms or how many schools are not using it, because you have many parents that have friends across the entire city, and if they have their son or their daughter is using a textbook at one middle school and then another middle school they're not using it, that's where I think we run into a problem. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. If there are no other comments, motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Our next motion for the evening, also by Mayor Rodney Elliott, asking that the superintendent provide a report on the number of incidents when ambulances are called to the Lowell Public Schools. Seconded by, I'm sorry, Mr. Gendron. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. I know that we receive, we all received the reports. We appreciate that, Madam Superintendent, on the number of ambulances and children sent to schools. But it seems like, at least since I've been the mayor, that the number of incidences are increasing. And I am not suggesting by any stretch that we compromise health and safety. But I guess I would just like to know, and I'm sure my colleagues would like to know, what the criteria is. And it just seems like there's a lot of ambulances that are called on a daily basis, and what are the parameters, and it's very important, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to suggest that we don't do this at any level, but it seems like there's somewhat of a dramatic increase in the number of ambulances being called to schools around the district. So I don't know if that's a trend, or maybe we just get the notifications more. Is there a trend for increase with the number of ambulance calls?
Well, this time of year is never the best time of year, to be honest, but we have seen the mental health needs of students intensifies all the time. So if you want the criteria, it is decision internally, and we can definitely provide that criteria. It's always by the administration, and they have a lens, but you're right, this spring there's been quite a few cases, Mayor, and if you want to look more deeply into it, we have that data.
No, I mean, I know some of these are personal issues, and that's not the case, but there is a policy in place, and that decision is done internally, and I appreciate that explanation. Thank you.
Sorry, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Our final motion for the evening by Mayor Rodney Elliott. School superintendent asked to report on vacant positions in the school department, seconded by Ms. Rosikowicz. Mr. Mayor.
I'm just kind of curious. I know that we did just adopt the budget, but how many, at this point in time, how many positions are vacant moving forward into the next school year across the district? So the motion speaks for itself. Thank you. I think that's it.
Okay, so all those in favor? I thought you were going to answer, I'm sorry. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. So on my way up here, Mr. Lang and myself just had a conversation, and some of the people at home saying, what's going on? Mr. Lang, I just wanted to give that explanation. This is regarding the CTI grant. It does begin July 1st, so it is somewhat time sensitive. He did just went and had a conversation with the city solicitor regarding voting. So, Mr. Lang?
Yes, I did, because I knew when the vote got delayed to the July meeting, the grant was supposed to start July 1st, and we didn't want to wait for 3 weeks. So I did talk to the city solicitor, and she feels if the mayor publicly discloses that he is a board member of CTI and it is a non-paid position, that he can make that public disclosure and then participate in the vote, so that you could make the vote tonight and not have to wait until the end of July. So she indicated if the committee did make that in the affirmative, that we would just file the paperwork tomorrow for the public disclosure, but that the mayor disclosing in public would be fine tonight.
So motion to the maker would have to be withdrawn, and if there's no objection from the second. Who's the second? Mr. Leary? Mr. Gendron on the motion?
Yes, I withdraw the motion.
Motion to withdraw the delay, no objection from the second. So motion is withdrawn. So why don't we proceed with we'll wait. Getting a lot of exercise tonight. I presume that the original motion, it will be back on the table, and that motion is to approve. Right, and the motion was made and seconded by Mr. Leary and Mr. Conway. For the record, I will disclose, thank you, Mr. Lang, for reminding me that I am on the board of CTI, and it is a non-paid position, and according to the solicitor, I am eligible to vote. Motion made, seconded, roll call.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Scott? Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Ms. Rosikowicz? 4 yeas, 3 absent, approved.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Lang. Thank you, Dr. Lang, for that, resolving that. Going back to the original portion of the agenda, that concludes motions. We'll proceed to subcommittee reports. The first report is a technology report and approval of the minutes of the meeting of Tuesday, June 2nd. Chair would like to recognize the chairperson of that subcommittee, Mr. Gendron.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to request that we delay the, this report until the next meeting in July.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Gendron, seconded by Mr. Conway to delay the report of the technology subcommittee until the following meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. Next subcommittee report, we have a subcommittee report from the curriculum subcommittee, report and approval of minutes of the meeting of Tuesday, June 9th. Chair would like to recognize the chairperson, Ms. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd actually like to make the same request that we postpone this report until our next meeting in July.
Motion made and seconded by Ms. Rosikowicz to delay the report of this and the approval of minutes till the next meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, that motion passes as well. Moving on to reports of the superintendent, we have the first report, domestic violence awareness. Madam Superintendent?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is in response to a motion by Mr. Conway requesting the superintendent or staff develop an ongoing comprehensive program that will address the need to increase awareness of domestic violence. Ms. Durkin has, Ms. Abrams has provided this report, working in collaboration with the Healthy Futures Group, and they will be adding another unit onto their affiliation with our school district, which will be something called Choose Respect for 2 class sessions in grade 7 across the system. It talks about overview of respect, it talks about relationships, and there's 2 lessons that are going to be incorporated. If there are any questions, Ms. Abrams will be able to answer.
Mr. Mayor.
Question? Mr. Conway?
Yeah, thank you. I just want to thank Madam Superintendent and also Assistant Superintendent Durkin for putting that, oh, I'm sorry, it was Assistant Superintendent Abrams. I want to thank you very much for that report. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Further questions on that report? Motion to accept the report as a report of progress and placed on file by Ms. Rosikowicz, seconded by Ms. Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. Realized there was a personnel subcommittee tonight. Did you want to bring in that report, or we want to?
I could do it very quickly if we don't mind. The personnel subcommittee did meet immediately prior to our school committee meeting this evening. We basically did discuss the position of the Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Business Operations. We have instructed our incoming superintendent to begin that process. We will be looking at a temporary or a consultant as a first step, so that we can take the time necessary for the superintendent and the new superintendent and his administration to conduct an effective and comprehensive search. So we will be receiving information from the new superintendent about how we will be moving forward in a temporary, again, consulting situation that was approved by the subcommittee, reporting it out here now to the full committee, and that was really the sum of our meeting.
Right. Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I know that we moved outside of subcommittee reports, but I figured it was important to bring that in a timely manner. So should have been a motion to suspend the rules to bring that in by Ms. Rosikowicz, seconded by Ms. Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, that motion carries. Report has been given. Questions on the report? Concerns? Motion to accept the report as a report of progress and placed on file by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Gendron. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion carries. Report is adopted and placed on file. Reverting back to reports from the superintendent. Madam Superintendent, ELL alignment. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I'm sure you recall the extensive work we've done on alignment. We went through the budget process. You had asked me to get in touch with the International Institute. We have looked at positions throughout the district. And at the time when we started this process, the second year of alignment, we had asked for 7 different positions for the district. After my talking to the International Institute, we have been told that we're expecting about 250 individuals, probably 100 to 125 children. They cannot identify at this point. Annually, we get between 70 to 100 new students from other countries that are not immigrants, not refugees. And so we still will have the need that we will be welcoming up to 200 plus children, 250 children. So I went back to the recommendations that we made. We've been looking for grant funding, which is the second report coming up, just to see. We have some dire need, and this funding cycle, as it is always in our city, is ending by June 30th. So this recommendation goes back to the schools where we were going to, for the alignment purposes, have at least one ESL teacher in every city school, and we have some that have none. And so the schools that need the ESL person, so we can offer a program to all schools, is the Bartlett Community Partnership, who has no ESL teacher at this time. The Bailey School, the Morey School, Stocklosa, has 2 ESL teachers for newcomer populations, but they have 300 kids combined that are someplace, but their newcomer population is growing. The Lincoln School has 1 coach, but they have 260-ish children. The numbers are on the next page. The Moody has a program that's leaving, but they will be left with children who are English language learners, so they need a teacher, as well as the Washington, who has newcomer populations. So I have recommendations for these positions for your conversation, your review. We have already identified 2 positions internally in the budget. There is a position that is a fluency position that will be retiring from the daily school, so that will be a position that will be put into an ESL slot. We also, in looking equitably at the services, there is 1 position from the Wang Middle School ESL that we would move to the newcomer programs across town. We would offer those positions. But that still leaves us with 5 positions that are not filled, that we need to absorb these children and to provide services for the other ESL children that we have in newcomer status and otherwise. So the first recommendation this evening is for 5 ESL positions, which will total $330,000. That's including benefits, and for the 5 new teachers. So I am requesting that as a first option for the committee. I don't know if you want me to go through all 3 options or discuss each option as we go, however you would like me to proceed.
Just if
Mr. Leary?
What I think we should do is probably put this to the Finance Subcommittee and have a meeting more. We can go over the options, see if there's any other alternatives, and then go through your plans. But I think make that as a motion. And we can do it before the next meeting, too, so we can have it timely received.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Leary to send this to the Finance Subcommittee, seconded by Mr. Conway. Further discussion on that? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Motion to accept the report as a report of progress and place on file. Actually, no, we won't accept it until it comes back from the Finance Subcommittee. Moving on to item number 20, grant funding update, Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have learned some difficult news at this particular juncture with grant funding, and so we have found that we will be losing some funding from our early education and care line, which will be $196,000 is a reduction in that line. It will be equivalent to 1 pre-K teacher and 2 pre-K paraprofessional salaries, which will most definitely impact our services. In order to address this funding, we are looking for where, in fact, we will make these cuts. And so at this particular time, we're recommending to eliminate 1 of the 2 Kindergarten Plus classrooms from the district budget. This is a rolling enrollment for the K-plus program. It's not what we would want to do, but in trying to adhere to the grant funding. This is a classroom that's a system-wide classroom. There are two that help really children who need a smaller classroom in the kindergarten level, that we would limit that to one classroom system-wide. There are no children enrolled in that. That class enrolls as they come in. We have been talking about the least damage. We put in a new pre-K, as you know, last year. We just really don't want to have to remove that pre-K, which was the other option. We think the K plus is probably what we need to do. So we wanted to just make you aware of that. Also, we want to make you totally cognizant of the fact that the full-day kindergarten grant has not been totally decided at this point. That is the funding that allows us to have full-time paraprofessionals in all of our kindergartens. I just want to keep that on the screen, because that will be an incredible loss to us, and we'll have to make it's just tenuous time, so I just want to make everybody aware of that. Also, in the special education grant, the numbers in that particular grant are challenging, and we have to address the fact that we do not have enough support in that grant, because there's going to be another cut from the 240 grant. After great deliberation, we are thinking of the elimination of an evaluation team person that would not impact direct services, although it is compliance. It's a very important position, because we do need to add 4 paraprofessionals, and the difficult choice was that we would make that switch to have the 4 paras direct service, and then we would have to reduce our evaluation team chairperson. Honestly, compliance-wise and support-wise, it is a big cut, but that was the recommendation, the best recommendation we could make. So we wanted to keep you aware of those changes. Still, those are rolling funds, and I'm sure that in your upcoming meetings in the finance subcommittees, you'll be keeping abreast of these final decisions. All tough cuts, but wanted to make you aware of those action steps.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Questions on this report? Excuse me. Motion to accept the report as a report of progress and placed on file by Ms. Martin, second by Ms. Rosikowicz. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion carries. Next report of the superintendent is foreign language. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a report by Ms. Abrams, and I'm going to ask her to speak about it, but it was a request by Ms. Scott to develop a plan to reinstate middle school foreign language instruction for 2015-2016 school year, which sadly is a incredible funding, and nobody more than I would like to have brought a foreign language program to the Lowell Public Schools for middle school students. But I just want to ask Ms. Abrams to talk about it, because she authored the report with the help of Mr. Stephen Jarvis from the Foreign Language High School.
Thank you. And yes, it was with major help from Stephen Jarvis from Lowell High School with this report. But as you have had hopefully an opportunity to look through, foreign language is something that, as the superintendent just alluded to, we would love to have in this district. But one of the major things that I talked with Mr. Jarvis is it depends on the budget, and it depends on the moves we're going to take to move this forward. There really has to be a substantial amount of money in the budget, which would call for materials, but also for staff. And his perspective, which I think is really interesting, is, and if we're going to do this foreign language, what language, or is it going to be world languages? There are many questions that still need to be answered before we can move forward with this. His recommendation also is, if we were going to do something with foreign language in the schools, it's best to even begin at the elementary level, because at that level, students are picking up language faster. And lots of other questions that you can see when you read through this report, but it is something that's you know, it's on the burner. It's not like out there. But I think we really have to be strategic in the way we move forward and look at this. And if it's a possibility in the future, Mr. Jarvis, myself, and a group of teachers and administrators will form a committee to look deeply into this. But there are a lot of unanswered questions and some really good points that he mentions too, that having another language with the diversity that we actually have in our district, having other languages that students can learn from one another too is something that we could look into. But at this point in time, it would be a major commitment.
Thank you, Ms. Abrams. Ms. O'Leary?
I apologize. First, thank you very much for taking the time, and thank Mr. Jarvis. I remember having conversations with him regarding trying to really bring the online education into focus with this. So as you sit down to begin working through the details, it's something that we talked about bringing Mandarin Chinese and other language to the high school. Maybe that's something we can use as a what's it, world languages at the elementary level and middle school level. I think he's right when you're saying it's really want to begin it in pre-K, because it is the area where they'll absorb more, and it'll actually help them learn to speak English more efficiently. But thank you for the time, and I think if we can keep working at it, even though if we can't do it next year or the year after, at least we'll start laying the foundation for something that does have high value. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? Seeing none. Motion to accept the report as a report of progress and place on file by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Genvin. Excuse me. All those in favor signify by saying aye. In the opposed, motion carries. Next report of the evening, strategic plan for Lowell High School. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a report again by Ms. Abrams, Assistant Superintendent, requesting that we establish a short-term strategic plan for Lowell High in partnership with Lowell High School personnel, students, parents, friends of Lowell High School, and community members with a focus on programs, services, enrollment changes, and staffing needs, facility needs, technology. Headmaster Martin has responded in review with Ms. Abrams about the fact that the NEASC process has really taken on most of these initiatives. The whole study of NEASC is very comprehensive. They are going to be going into the self-study mode starting next year, and they're right on schedule with their subcommittees, their subgroups. And so according to our work with Headmaster Martin and Ms. Abrams, that they think that this motion is answered in incorporation. The NEASC report outs at the subcommittee meetings will be really important to make sure this is all taken care of, but it's a big study, and he thinks that this is covered through that NEASC group.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent.
Just real quick, Mayor, just for the public, what
Slater?
timeframes you're looking, estimated timeframes to have that in the beginning to come out?
In the fall of 2015, there will be the self-study part of the accreditation, and that is that in-depth look, and then they will be coming the next year. I think the next, is it spring, that they come in to do the external study where we have to have people come and stay in our system, and they will have a whole team that will be looking. Then the recommendations come probably within 3 to 6 months after that. It's in the fall? Okay, they're here this fall? Okay, so they're coming in the fall. Mm-hmm.
Any further questions? Motion to accept this report as well as a report of progress and place on file by Mr. Conway, seconded by Ms. Ross-Sikowitz. All those in favor signify by saying aye. In the opposed, motion carries. Next report of the evening, STEM Lowell High School. Madam Superintendent.
Okay, everybody. I am taking this job too seriously. You're all right for what you're thinking. Okay, so this is a request from the mayor that we consider developing a curriculum, Lowell High School, to focus on science and technology and engineering. And there was a meeting that was held with Ms. Martin, Curriculum Subcommittee Chair, Ms. Abrams, and Counselor Kennedy. I was not at that meeting, so I'll ask Ms. Abrams to give a synopsis of the meeting to the understanding that happened there. Thank you.
Sure. Actually, we wanted to close the loop on this. This isn't something that's been out there for a while. Ms. Martin and I did meet with Headmaster Martin and Director of Curriculum, Amy McLeod, and they brought us through what the steps would be moving forward towards a pathway for STEM at the high school. They have plans in place. We have plans in place at the elementary and middle level that need to feed into the high school. So it's going to be a process that's going to take a couple of years. But they have teachers this summer who are actually going to be trained in Project Lead the Way, which is a real STEM initiative. And the following year, not this school year, but the 16-17 school year, the Freshman Academy will be building up their courses in STEM as well. They also have a little portion of it that they want to include A for the arts. So there may be some STEAM, and I know Ms. Martin is very happy about this. There may be some STEAM, more than STEM, at the high school, but that's all in the process of being planned. So Councilor Kennedy then did have a meeting himself with the headmaster and Amy McLeod. So we're all on the same page, and he received the information. So that's just really closing out that motion.
Great. Thank you, Madam Assistant Superintendent. Appreciate that very much. Further questions on this motion? Motion response. Seeing none, entertain a motion to accept as a report of progress and place on file by Ms. Rosikowicz, second by Ms. Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next report of the evening, Madam Superintendent, elementary science implementation.
Yes, thank you. And Ms. Abrams has answered you as quickly as possible at the budget hearing of May 28th. There was concern about the science kits and what was happening with those science kits. So she has provided you a report. I will ask Ms. Abrams to give you an update.
So actually, this report really is part of the curriculum subcommittee minutes that we're going to discuss next month. So we can hold it until that time, since that's going to happen. Is that okay?
Further discussion on that motion? Excuse me, on that report? Motion to accept the report as a report of progress by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Gendron. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next report of the evening is a donation from Idea Camp. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a donation from Kronos in Chelmsford, and I am asking for you to take a vote on to accept the grant fund of $5,000 from Kronos to offset the Idea Camp costs, and the grant funds deposited in Idea Camp revolving fund, and payments will be dispersed from the Idea Camp revolving fund. I ask for your approval. Thank you.
Move to approve by Ms. Rosikowicz, seconded by Mr. Conway. Roll call.
Ms. Scott? Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Ms. Rosikowicz?
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
Next item on the agenda is a personnel report. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is your monthly report of resignations, retirements, and hires.
Questions? Motion to accept the report as a report of progress and place on file by Mr. Gendron, seconded by Mr. Leary. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next report of the evening, list of eligible teachers. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, again, Mr. Mayor, your monthly list of the updated eligible teachers.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Questions? Motion to accept, place on file by Ms. Martin, seconded by Ms. Rosikowicz. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes as well. Next report, UTEC Alternative Diploma Program Transition Report. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a report submitted by Assistant Superintendent Durkin, which was a request by school committee member Kristen Rosikowicz, which she asked that I provide the committee with a full report regarding the students affected by the elimination of the alternative diploma program at the United Teen Quality Center, including but not limited to placement of students, other programs, and strategies for keeping students engaged to complete their education. I will ask Ms. Durkin to speak of the data.
Ms. Durkin.
Thank you. So the Director of Alternative Education, Margot Ferrick, along with the Coordinator for Student Support Services at Lowell High School, David Robinson, met early this spring with the current Director of the Adult Diploma Program at UTEC, Will Fallberg. to develop transition plans for all the current students that would be impacted by the elimination of UTEC. The ADP program. So slated at present are 21 graduates. There are 3 graduates that are going to be working in an intensive program in collaboration with Lowell High School and UTEC this summer to finish a 1 to 3 classes that they have in order to be Lowell High School graduates. So that will be included in that 21 graduates. There is 1 additional student that will continue their education at the Career Academy at Lowell High School for the 2016 school year. There have been 6 withdrawn students throughout the course of the school year. There is a plan for David Robinson and the high school housemasters to reach out to those students and to actually meet with them and set up a plan for them to either return to Lowell High School or the Career Academy or the Engagement Center. So that is the report on the students that are presently enrolled at UTEC.
Thank you, Ms. Durkin. Questions? Seeing none, entertain a motion to accept this report as well as a report of progress. Excuse me, placed on file by Ms. Rosikowicz, seconded by Ms. Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next report of the evening, protocol and communication in the event of an emergency. Madam Superintendent?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a report asking from School Committee Member David Conway, asking for us to develop, to meet with the city solicitor and public safety officials to develop a plan to ensure coordinated and timely communication to the appropriate officials and community in the event of emergency or public safety. I have to say, this work has been extraordinary. It started last spring with options-based and working in collaboration with all of our city officials. The Office of Student Services, under the direction of Ms. Durkin, have worked. We have done mock exercises. We have done real exercises. We're at our last site, which is central office after the move. And so there is a whole template of the emergency responses here that is pretty detailed, and we have practiced, and I know I feel safer. So I will ask if you have any questions in this packet that you'd like to ask Ms. Durkin.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Conway?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's not that I have a question, but I do want to say that, just to make a quick comment, I think this was, I realized there was a lot of time and effort and energy that was put into it by many individuals, and I really think that, first of all, I think we all appreciate that. The families, the staff appreciates it, and I think that it was something that was needed, and obviously is extremely important. And I think that in the past we saw that there was a bit of confusion, and I'm certainly glad that the protocol has been put into place, and all the safety people that came to the table, and to make sure that there was consistency throughout the entire district. So again, I applaud you, Madam Superintendent, and your staff by putting this together. Thank you.
Ms. Durkin, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to speak to this a bit, that when the mayor asked about the reports that are coming to us for the ambulance visits, that is part of also our emergency protocol. So when we revised our plans, we really looked at what we had in place. So it's not only for reporting to the school committee, but it's for reporting to the police, to the fire, and making sure that we have all the checks and balances in place. But I certainly will get you that information, but I do want to inform you that we have set really strict protocols for notification relative to the plans. So all of these plans have been updated. One of the pieces that is the last page of your document that is still in draft form that we're really pretty proud of, and we're not certain that there is another district at this present time that has an org chart relative to the incident command system. Working collaboratively with all of our community resources and the stakeholders around emergency preparedness, we have developed an organizational chart with plans for, as long as our new superintendent is up for it, we're very excited to actually plan a drill, tabletop activity with all of our city officials to actually try this out. May we never, ever have to use it, but it would be in case of an emergency, a tragedy in one of our schools, and we want to make sure that every one of our staff members knows their role in that, as well as the city officials.
Thank you, Ms. Durkin. This is very impressive, and I agree. You have to be prepared. May it never, ever happen, but in the event that it does, being prepared is very important. So anything further? And I appreciate that that was what I was getting at more than the number of incidences, that there is a plan, there is a protocol, and it's a strict protocol, and I think that's important that it's already in place. So I appreciate that. Further questions on this report? Seeing none, entertain a motion to accept this report as a report of progress as well and place on file by Mr. Gendron, second by Mr. Conway. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion passes. Last report of the evening, hiring of staff members from diverse backgrounds. Madam Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a request from Ms. Scott and Mr. Conway that we develop and implement inclusive recruitment strategies and promote the hiring of staff members from diverse backgrounds. And Mr. Cassidy prepared this report for us and have been working on trying to expand our diversity. And we know we have a long way to go in this particular area, but just some of the strategies we've done this year. We have doubled our presence at diverse recruitment fairs. We've joined the Latino Coalition. They've gone, between Ms. Dorsey and Mr. Cassidy, have gone to several recruitment fairs and looking for that. But they know that we have to bring a group of people together to make a plan for how we can really target and look at how we can diversify our workforce. And so there are a couple of suggestions here. He wants to develop a formal diversity plan, which will be done in the future, of recruiting new teachers. He wants to have a communication brand, just really making people know that Lowell wants to diversify their workforce and to make that more public. Expand our recruiting agencies, so we really need to include agencies that are established, MAPS, CMAA, in that kind of work. And so this will all be part of the plan. So the Office of Personnel and Recruitment for the future will be looking at specific strategies. It's not answered by any means, but we really wanted to give you an update of how to diversify our staff and really working in collaboration with the university and the teacher colleges of how we can say, come to Lowell, how we can arrange that. We also want to start with our own young people, future teachers, things like that. So there are some beginnings of ideas, but we wanted to give you an update of how the system itself has tried.
Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Mr. Conway?
Yeah, thank you. Again, Madam Superintendent, I appreciate this report, along with Mr. Cassidy. I think it's something that I know Ms. Scott and myself talked about a number of times to try to increase the diversity with the staff, and I think that this is it's a great step forward, and I think it's something that is so important for our student body and so important for our city. So thank you very much, Madam Superintendent and Mr. Cassidy, for that report.
Thank you, Mr. Conway. Further questions? Seeing none, motion to accept the report as a report of progress by Ms. Martin, seconded by Ms. Ross Sikowitz. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. That concludes reports from the superintendent this evening. Next agenda item is new business. We have permission to post early childhood classroom developer. Madam Superintendent?
As part of the new grant from Early Education and Care, there are two postings that have to happen: an early childhood classroom developer for the Lowell Collaborative Preschool, and the posting is here, present for you. And then there's the next agenda item I'm going to get to is the early childhood classroom assistant developer. Those are all called for in the grant, and the job descriptions had been developed for starting up that program.
To approve, Mayor?
Yeah, Ms.
Motion to approve by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Gendron. On the motion?
Yes, thank you. Just a few quick questions, Madam Superintendent. Is this what you, I mean, would we classify these jobs here as Unit B jobs, administrators?
No, these jobs are jobs in the affiliation with the new grant that will be run by our partners between Little Sprouts, Community Teamwork, and the Lowell Public Schools. These will be people that will be working on in the new grant. So these are not administrators. They're not affiliated.
Okay, so and is this grant, for example, these grant jobs, if and when grants go away, we saw it tonight, what happens to those jobs?
The jobs will go away.
Okay. Now, the other question I have is, does the grant include the benefits, the fringe benefits?
Yes.
Oh, it does, everything, insurance and?
Yes.
And okay, all right. Is there a time frame for these jobs?
These are year-round positions.
I'm sorry, Ms. Durkin, yes.
These positions are year-round positions, full-day preschool, and so that's why we had to look at a very different model for the position.
Is this the type, these positions, when do they have to be filled by? Is there a time frame on it?
July 1.
July 1?
July 1, we can
That's when the grant
start.
that's when it has to go into place. What I'm thinking is, can they be delayed, or does they have to be hired now? That's the point I'm asking.
The program is set. We are actually conducting our pre-K enrollment at this time, and the program is set to begin immediately in the fall for our 156 new pre-K students.
Thank you.
For the
For the
public,
question,
just real
Mr. Leary?
quick, what grant is this called again, just for the public knowledge? It's a grant, not the budget.
This is the preschool enhancement grant.
It's a grant.
And it's a
Okay.
collaborative with identified partners, CTI and Little Sprouts through the EEC.
Okay, thank you.
Further discussion? For the record, because this is CTI, I will disclose again that I am on the board. I'm a non-paid member, but I am allowed to vote on this in the interest of having 4 members present. Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call.
Ms. Scott? Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Ms. Ross Sikowicz? 4 yeas, 3 absent, approved.
Motion approved. Moving on to the next. Okay, this is, the first one was for a classroom developer. Don't go anywhere. This is the second permission to post. This is for the early childhood classroom assistant developer. Motion to approve, seconded by Mr. Gendron. Questions? I don't have to disclose again. Roll call.
Ms. Scott? Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Ms. Rosikowicz? 4 yeas, 3 absent, approved.
That concludes new business. We have convention and conference requests. We need a motion to suspend the rules to add a conference that just came in. Motion to suspend by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Gendron. What is that? Could I have that? So the motion to suspend is for the Greeneld School. I'm not sure if members got a copy of this. But it's for the Greeneld School Literacy Team to attend the Teachers College Teacher of Reading to be held Monday, June 29th to the 3rd. It's tied to pre-K reading standards in 2011. The allowed reimbursement is not for more than the amount which they have requested for approval, so. Motion has been made and seconded to suspend the rules to bring that in. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, motion carries. Motion to take all 7 conference travel requests together by Ms. Rosikowicz, second by Ms. Martin. Discussion on those 7 conferences, questions? Motion to approve by Mr. Gendron, seconded by Mr. Conway. Roll call.
Ms. Scott? Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Rosikowicz?
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
That concludes conferences. The next item is professional personnel. Members of the United Teachers of Lowell, hereby donate 11 sick days to Katie Dolan at the McAvenue School teacher. Questions?
So moved.
Motion to approve by Mr. Conway, seconded by Mr. Leary. Roll call.
Ms. Scott? Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mayor Elliott?
Yes.
Mr. Gendron?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Rosikowicz?
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
Approved. Ms. Martin?
Mr. Mayor, if I could take a request, a point of personal privilege before we conclude our meeting this evening?
Absolutely.
Excellent. To give all of the, myself and all of my colleagues here an opportunity to offer our very heartfelt thank you to Superintendent Jean Franco for her, the work she's done in this district for over 20 years, for the legacy she will leave with our teachers, our administrators, and our students most profoundly. The work you've done has been in so many different areas. It's really, it's amazing to track where you started and how you came to end as the leader of this great district. We will be in your debt for generations to come. And I would just say thank you very much for all you've done, all you've taught me over these years. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I wish you a fun and exciting retirement. You more than deserve it, and I thank you very much, and I'm sure my colleagues would like to share some sentiments as well.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. Ms. Rosikowicz?
Ms. Franco, I personally would like to thank you for the work that you've committed to our district and to our kids, and I know having children in the school district, and I know you and I have spoken, you always ask me about their progress and how they are, and it's clear that you have our children's interests in the forefront in all that you do, and I wish you very well in your retirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rosikowicz. Mr. Leary?
Thank you.
Mr. Gendron? Mr. Conway?
Gene, what do you say? Thank you very much for your commitment to the Lowell Public Schools. Your commitment to kids is just unprecedented. It's just amazing what you've done working here. When I first met you, you were the Assistant Superintendent of Student Services, and you moved on to the Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and the Deputy Superintendent, and now you're leading us in a pretty good position for your successor to come in. Obviously, with the grants, and there's a lot of challenges, but we're one of the best things going on in the city of Lowell. We do have challenges, but when you start looking at the data and the things that you've been a part of, the data really shows improvement everywhere, and that's amazing. It's not perfect, but you've put a good fight in there and put a lot of effort to it. I appreciate, kids, you can see the genuine love and concern you have for kids. With my own child, when he came into the system, just the way you react to it, it was more fun listening to him than clearly listening to me, which is not saying, yeah, clearly. But I appreciate your help. I appreciate your patience with me, and I wish you nothing but the best going forward. Thank you very much for making my job a lot easier.
Thank you, Mr. Leary. Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Jean, we'll dispense with the Madam Superintendent for this evening. We'll go with Jean. You said earlier in the room to the other retirees that the passion of teachers is infectious, and I think your passion is infectious. And I think that's what made you such a great leader of this district over the years. You inspire with your passion. You inspire the department heads. You inspire our terrific staff of principals. You inspire the teachers. And most importantly, you inspire the kids. And I know that's the near and dear to your heart. And perhaps least important, you inspire me. And we've been together just a short time, right? But I feel lucky to have been on the school committee while you were at the helm, because that passion that you have, that infectious leadership that you've shown, has been a real lesson for me, and I really appreciate it. And I've felt over the past several years very comfortable having my own children in the school district, knowing you were at the helm. So thanks for your efforts. I wish it could have been a little bit longer, but I know that you have big plans, and I look forward to hearing about the exploits of Jean Franco all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Conway.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I'm going to stick with Madam Superintendent because we go back many years ago, 20 years, I believe, and for 12 out of those 20, you were my boss. And I always felt that you certainly treated people with respect, and over that period of time, I think you handled yourself in an extremely professional manner. And also, it was very obvious, and it still is obvious, that you have a deep concern and love for the children of the city of Lowell. And for that, I thank you, and I know the city of Lowell thanks you for that. And I congratulate you on an incredible career. And I certainly hope that you have a great retirement, but I have a funny feeling that you'll still be working in some capacity in the very near future. So again, thank you very much, Madam Superintendent, for a wonderful job for the city of Lowell and the children of Lowell. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Conway. Ms. Martin, I can just... Oh, I want to look at her. I don't want to talk to the back of your head, Madam Superintendent. But I think, thank you, Ms. Martin. I would also like to express my appreciation for the time that we have served together. It's been nothing but a pleasure. You are the consummate professional. I also have learned a great deal from you and your leadership skills as we continue to try to get better in our life. And I think the district is a better place as a result of your leadership. We have attended many events together, and I can tell you the respect that you command or that you get from your teachers, your principals, and the people that work for you is very impressive. And I was always in awe at the events that we would attend and the respect that you have earned, I believe, from the people that work for you. So, with that, I do think, if you lead, people will follow, and they did. And I think that speaks volumes to you and your ability as an individual and as a professional. And I think it's been mentioned twice already, but what strikes me most is the love that you have for the children, and interestingly, they have for you. It's just a persona that you carry, and kids feel it, and they respond to it. And I think that was most striking about the time and all the the events that we spent in the classrooms and the auditoriums together. So I wish you nothing but the best. It certainly has been a pleasure. I thank you for all of your help and assistance, and wish you well in your future endeavors. With that,
Madam Superintendent, you would have the floor if you'd like to respond.
I want to thank all of you. Being the superintendent of the school district is the highlight of my career. I have been supported by many, and all I ever wanted is for our children to do better. And I have to tell you that I believe they are. I have seen so much improvement in writing and reading. I've seen so much going on in the district. Our teaching of science, slow start, but it's really taking hold. You cannot have a more dedicated teaching and leadership staff, all levels. You heard the custodians tonight, our paraprofessionals, our secretaries. I don't want to leave anybody out. Amazing people who really love children. And you have all heard me say the same thing a lot of times. This is a city who loves their children. And you cherish them, and I cherish them. And so all I ever wanted to do was work on behalf of those kids. And so the instruction, the curriculum, doing the right thing for children is all that really has mattered to me. And so I thank everybody in the city who's helped me to be successful in this role, but I want to take a moment to thank the people behind the curtain. Mr. Lang, amazing. Jay Lang and I have been together as partners at the first table when I was Deputy Assistant Superintendent for Student Support Services, and Jay Lang taught me how to get out of a meeting that was icky. And I was new, okay? I moved up a couple of levels. So I've learned a lot from Mr. Lang, and he has been an awesome friend. I wish you so much success. You don't need luck because you have talent. And I've learned a lot from you, and I hope at 10 o'clock when you're coming home from Chelmsford, probably don't come home at 10 o'clock from Chelmsford. I hate to be disrespectful. You probably come home at 8, okay? Maybe sometimes we will meet in that end of town, because I'm almost your neighbor, so thank you, Jay. You're very talented. This district was very fortunate to have you in charge of all you've done. You're amazing. And so at the other table, we have Miss Abrams. Miss Abrams and I grew up together. She was a teacher when I came, and pretty amazing, always great with children, loved mathematics, and that's not my strongest subject, by the way. So I always depended on Claire. When she came to be the math coordinator, we worked together. I was her boss, and she did amazing things to make math come alive in this district. Claire, you're very talented, but beyond anything, no matter what happens, you have a positive attitude, and you are here for children, and you care like I do about what they learn, and for that, I will always respect you, and I really thank you for your friendship, thank you for your support. It's amazing. Miss Jerkin. Janine was a health teacher, a little health teacher who was such a spitfire when we first met. And she was so talented, but passionate. Then she got into school improvement, unbelievable. She told the state how we were going to improve. And she was the beginning of that train, which we're still on, by the way. Janine, what you've done in the short 2 years after the work of Miss Ann Murphy, who is the second in command in student services, who is an amazing administrator and enjoyed working so much with Ann. You have done so much in such a little bit of time. The structures in place are really, really well done. And you're methodical, and you are very talented. The city of Lowell is so fortunate to have this group of people. And Doctor, you are so fortunate to have the people around you, because they will defend you till the end. Mr. Cassidy, working in the Office of Personnel, so complicated. We hire 100 people a summer, more, and he has everything lined up so well. Michael is earnest and honest, and he is a great supporter of the superintendent. Thank you, Michael. So many more people to thank, but I really want to make sure, like I said, the people behind the curtain, pretty amazing. And the people who have supported me directly, the secretaries on all these jobs, Mary Sheen in Student Services, and then Joanne Cupa in Curriculum, and then June Cormier in the Office of Superintendent. I said it at a party the other day, she trained me, and now Minerva Palazzo has learned the ropes and has come to be really talented in that area. Those are the people who do this work every day. Never, ever is the day ending. But if you're around, there's a joke or a smile or something kind. Great people, you're very lucky. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Like I said, it's the highlight of my career to have been your superintendent, and that's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much. All I told my principals, keep on working. I'm watching you. We can do better. This is on its way to be a very even higher performing urban district. Thank you.
And Madam Superintendent, on behalf of the school committee, we'd like to present you with a small token of our appreciation. Motion by Madam Superintendent to adjourn. Why not? Dr. Kalfari, thank you for joining us tonight. You see the shoes that you have to fill. Good luck. We'll see you in a month. Motion by Ms. Rosigowitz, seconded by Ms. Martin to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and those opposed, motion carries. This meeting stands adjourned.